Hey guys, today we are going to do mesh analysis along with its concepts. Firstly, we are going to do questions which will only have independent sources. Secondly, we are going to do questions which will contain both dependent and independent sources. And lastly, we will do a question on super mesh. That is, we will discuss the concept of super mesh while doing the question itself. Now we are going to look at question number 1. Now in question number 1, we have to find the value of branch currents, that is I1, I2 and I3 using mesh analysis. So firstly we are going to assume currents in each loop. That is, we will assume I1 to flow in this loop and I2 to flow in this loop. Now from here we can see that small I1 is equal to capital I1. Similarly, small I2 is equal to capital I2 and capital I3 is equal to I1 minus I2. That is from here. Now we will apply KVL in mesh 1, that is here. Now we will get the equation as minus 15 plus 5I1 plus 10 into I1 minus I2 plus 10 is equal to 0. Now on solving this, you will get 3I1 minus 2I2 is equal to 1. That is our equation 1. Now similarly we are going to apply KVL in loop 2. That is in this loop. From here we will get the equation as 6I2 plus 4I2 plus 10 I2 minus I1 minus 10 is equal to 0. Now on further rearranging this, you will get I1 is equal to 2I2 minus I1. That is our equation 2. Now we will put equation 2 in equation 1, and from there we will get the value of I2 as 1 ampere. Now that we have got I2, we will put this value of I2 in equation 2. From there we will get the value of I1, which will also come out to be 1 ampere. Now we had assumed that small I1 is equal to capital I1 and small I2 is equal to capital I2. So we have got the values of capital I1 and capital I2. That is, they are equal. That is, I1 is equal to I2 is equal to 1 ampere. Now we also know that I3 is equal to small I1 minus small I2, which will come out to be 0 amperes. So we found out the values of I1, I2 and I3, that are the branch currents in this circuit, using mesh analysis. Now we are going to do question number 2, which will also contain a dependent source. Now in question number 2, we have to find the value of the branch current I0. So first of all, we are going to assume currents in each loop. That is, here we will assume current I1 and here we will assume current I2 and similarly I3 in loop 3. Now in loop 1, we are going to apply KVL, that is over here, and we will get the equation as minus 24 plus 10 into I1 minus I2 plus 12 into I1 minus I3 is equal to 0. On further solving this, you will get 11I1 minus 5I2 minus 6I3 is equal to 12. We will name this equation as equation 1. Now similarly in loop 2, we will apply KVL, that is in this loop, and from there we will get the equation as 24I2 plus 4 into I2 minus I3 plus 10 into I2 minus I1 is equal to 0. On rearranging this, you will get minus 5I1 plus 19I2 minus 2I3 is equal to 0. We will name this equation as equation 2. Now similarly, we are going to apply KVL in loop 3, that is in this loop. From there we will get the equation as 4 capital I0 plus 12 into I3 minus I1 plus 4 into I3 minus I2 is equal to 0. Now when you will look at this branch, that is over here, you will see that the value of capital I0 is equal to small I1 minus small I2. So we will put this in equation number 3, that is, this is our equation 3. And when we put this in equation 3, on solving we will get the value as I1 minus I2 plus 2I3 is equal to 0. Let us name this equation as equation 4. Now we have got three equations, that is this equation from loop 1, equation from loop 2 and the final equation from loop 3. So we are going to use these three equations to find the value of I1, I2 and I3 using elimination method. Now previously we got these three equations using mesh analysis in all the three loops. Now we are going to solve them to find the value of I1, I2 and I3. Now firstly we are going to multiply equation number 3 by 5 and subtract it by equation number 2. So from here we will get the equation 2I2 is equal to I3. We will name this equation as A. Now we are going to put this equation in equation number 3. From there we will get the equation I1 is equal to 3I2. We will name this as B. Now we are going to put these equations, that is A and B, in equation number 1. That is, put A and B in 1. From there we will get the value of I2, which will come out to be 0.75 ampere. Now we will put this value of I2 in equations A and B and we will get the values of I3 and I1. That is, we will get I3 as 1.5 ampere and I1 as 2.25 ampere. Now guys, we have found out the value of I1, I2 and I3 using mesh analysis and by using necessary eliminations in these three equations. Now we are going to find the value of I0. We know that I0 is equal to I1 minus I2. So here we will put the values of I1 and I2. So from there we will get the value of I0 as 1.5 ampere. Now guys, we are going to do another question in which we will have a super mesh and we will understand the concept of super mesh while doing that question itself. Now we are going to understand the concept and a basic definition of super mesh. That is, a super mesh is formed when two meshes have a dependent or an independent current source in common. That is, these are the two meshes. That is, suppose I1 is flowing in mesh 1 and I2 is flowing in mesh 2. Now we can see that we have an independent source which is common to both of these meshes. So here it forms a super mesh. That is, we can write the circuit in this form. That is, I1 will still flow over here and I2 will also flow over here. But now when we will write the KVL equation for this, we will write it as minus 20 plus 6I2 plus 10I2 plus 4I2 is equal to 0. That is, on rearranging you will get 6I1 plus 14I2 is equal to 20. Now this is your KVL equation using this circuit. You must have noticed that we totally ignored this part of the circuit, that is the super mesh, and found out the KVL without using it. So now we are going to do the second step. That is, at node A we will write the KCL equation. So by looking at node A, we can write that I2 is equal to I1 plus 6 ampere. This is our KCL equation. Now guys, you should remember these two steps. That is, first we have to remove this part and do the KVL equation like this. And secondly, we will take a point at the super mesh and write the KCL equation. Now keeping these 2 points in mind, we will now do a question on super mesh which will make our concepts much clearer. Now in question number 3, we have to find the value of I0 and the current in all the branches. Now here we can see that we have two super meshes because we have an independent source over here which is common to these two meshes, that is mesh 1 and mesh 2, and we have a dependent source over here which is common to these two meshes, that is mesh 2 and mesh 3. So now we are going to assume current in each branch, that is in each loop. That is, I1 will flow in here, I2 will flow in this loop, I3 will flow over here. Similarly, I4 will flow in here. Now as we know, we have two super meshes in this circuit, so we will combine them to form one super mesh. That is, we will consider this circuit first. And we will not include any currents in these two branches. So first of all, we are going to write the KVL equation for this bigger super mesh. From there we will get 2I1 plus 4I3 plus 8 into I3 minus I4 plus 6I2 is equal to 0. Now on further solving this, you will get I1 plus 3I2 plus 6I3 minus 4I4 is equal to 0. Now we will name this equation as equation 1. Now similarly, we will apply the second step. That is, now we will look at the nodes in each super mesh. That is, first of all we will look at node P in the first super mesh, and we are going to apply the KCL over here. That is KCL at node P. From there we will get I2 is equal to I1 plus 5. We will name this equation as equation 2. Now similarly we are going to look at node Q at the second super mesh and find the KCL equation. That is KCL equation at node Q. From there we will get I2 is equal to I3 plus 3I0. Let this be equation number 3. Now if you will look at the fourth mesh, you will see that I4 is equal to minus I0. So therefore we will place this value of I0 in equation number 3. So from there we will get I2 is equal to I3 minus 3I4. So we will name this equation as equation 4. Now similarly we are going to apply KVL in mesh 4. That is, from there we will get 2I4 plus 8 into I4 minus I3 plus 10 is equal to 0. That is, on further rearranging you will get 5I4 minus 4I3 is equal to minus 5. We will name this equation as equation 5. Now we will use all of these equations to find the value of I1, I2, I3, I4 and I0 using elimination method. Now previously we got these equations, that is, we got equation 1 from the larger super mesh that we got by combining these two super meshes, and equation 2 we got by KCL at node P, and similarly we got equation 3 by applying KCL at node Q, and we got this by applying mesh analysis in mesh 4. Now similarly we are going to use these 4 equations to find the value of I1, I2, I3 and I4. That is, when you will use elimination in these 4 equations, you will get the value of I1 as minus 7.5 ampere, I2 as minus 2.5 ampere, I3 as 3.93 ampere, I4 as 2.143 ampere. Now from this part we know that the value of I0 is minus I4. So I0 will come out to be minus 2.143 ampere. Now guys, this was a very important question as it included 2 super meshes which we had to combine to form one bigger super mesh. And you should also keep in mind the 2 steps that we have to use while performing questions which contain a super mesh. And now you will be able to do all the questions related to mesh analysis.